You must stop trying to lag the golf club. It is killing your golf swing. Let's talk about why. What's going on, everybody? Scott Oden coming at you. We are here. We're back here on the Lesson Tee. We're talking about lag and what it's done to your golf game. And this is something that I'm going to speak very passionately about because this is something I chased for a very, very long time in my game because I read it in magazines. People posted pictures trying to sell me stuff, and it really made it difficult for me to hit the golf ball well. That is something that I don't want to have happen to you. I see enough people that come to me for lessons that are trying to do this, and it really, really hurts them. Now, what are we talking about with lag? What is this whole idea? So if you're not familiar with what lag is, what people will do is they get up to the top of the swing and they think of like Sergio. Sergio's kind of the poster boy for this. And Sergio's a great ball striker with his irons. He is not a particularly good driver of the golf ball normally. But what he does is he gets this club up and then he pulls this club down and he holds this super angle between his wrist, his lead arm, and the golf club. And that is something that a lot of people are striving for because they think that's going to help their game. Now, let's break this down a little bit and why, one, yours does not look like that. A lot of people are going to look like, something like this as they go through. They're going to lose a little bit of distance. They're going to lose the ability to hit the golf ball solid. They're also going to lose any ability to shaft lean, all of that stuff. The reason that happens is because we're trying to chase the wrong thing. We're trying to chase something that doesn't really help us at all. Now, what are people really looking for? They're looking for compression. They're looking for solid contact. And that typically comes in the form of, if I'm set up here, I've got a 7-iron here. If I set up, I've got this gear tie. All I have is a simple gear tie attached to the club, and it's just pointing towards the target. If this is my club at address, what people are looking for is that golf club is de-lofted a little bit when they strike it. Just like we see really, really good ball strikers, when they come in, this golf club is leaning forward. They've taken a little bit of loft off it. They're driving the golf ball. They're compressing it. All of those good things that people are looking for. Now, let's talk a little bit about why this move is not going to let you get that. Well, if you think about it, I've got the gear tie on here. Look at the direction we are trying to go with the golf club. We're trying to go forward towards the screen. That is taking what we would call dynamic loft off of the golf club, meaning when you strike the golf ball, what is the loft of your club? You have less loft than you started with. Now, when people go to the top of the swing, look at where that gear tie is pointed. It's actually pointing out straight towards our camera here. That's where we have the gear tie pointed. So if we're going to de-loft the golf club, we actually move the club more that way. That's where it goes. But what do people do? They pull the club this way. So they're thinking, hey, I'm de-lofting the club. I'm lagging the club so I can drive it, all of that. But when you look at the orientation of the club, all I've done is just made it narrower to my body, and the gear tie is still pointing straight out at the camera. So I'm going to now have to figure out a way in a very, very short amount of time to get this golf club to square up so I can just make contact. In different terms, let's think about what we did. We just went up here and we pull the club this way. If I go down to the golf ball and I were to make that same move, all I've done is just shorten up the golf club. I've shortened up the arc. So now, not only do I have to square it up in a short amount of time, I have to actually get the golf club back down to the golf ball so I can actually hit it so I don't miss. So that's where we start seeing some funny things that are really, really difficult for people to do, and they do not promote you to be a consistent player. So what do we need to do if we really, really want to get shaft lean, compress the golf ball? Well, let's think about this. When we go up to the top, and I hear a lot of people say, no, there's no way this is correct, but we need to get the golf club lower, okay? And it's still going to have the golf club pointed towards my camera here. That part's not going to change, but I'm getting the golf club lower, and now I'm in a position where I can actually now work the golf club around my body so that this gear tie is actually pointing back at the target, and I haven't had to do anything really crazy. And because the way the golf club is working around my body, what I will get is shaft lean. That is what will create that forward lean and that compression that we are looking for on the golf ball. So what you want to do is get up here and start making some swings where you come down, keeping the club nice and wide, and then start working that golf club around what I would call around the corner. I'm trying to go around the corner around my body, and that is what's going to get this golf club to line up with it leaning forward. So if we do that in practice, what I would have you do, I'll try one with the gear tie. It's going to be a little weird with it, but see, and the gear tie moves, but you can see my dynamic loft on that shot. So the loft I'm delivering at impact is 24.6, significantly lower than what I would do or what the static loft of my 7-iron is. So this is true for any club. I've got my pitching wedge here. My pitching wedge is 44 degrees, new Titleist clubs. Stamped it right on there for me so I can remember. So if I do the same thing, if I do this, I like to see maybe 5 to 8 degrees of D-loft. Pros can get quite a bit, maybe 10. They have a lot of speed though, and they're moving their body a little bit better than I do. But in general, we just want to see there be less than what you started with. So let's go ahead, let's give it a try. There we go, dynamic loft, 33, so 11 degrees less than what I started. You can see I hit that 135-yard pitching wedge, pretty good for me. That's the stuff that we are looking for to try to promote that dynamic loft. So again, it's all these ideas that are promoted in magazines, stuff like that, that have really hurt people over the years. They're trying to lag the golf club. Got to get the golf club down so then you can work it around the corner. Now, again, it's not a cast. It's not cast it down. It's just, let's lower the golf club down. Then we can go around and finish off that golf swing the way that we would like to. So that is how we can get that dynamic loft down, get that compression, all of that good stuff. And if you want to learn more about compressing the golf ball in your swing, I've got a video here with Billy Fitzgerald, an awesome teacher. I highly recommend you check out his channel where we talk about this exact subject. Enjoy that and click that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.